the Toronto Police Chief Ceremonial Unit. Since 1991, they have represented the Toronto Police Force at special events and are celebrating their 10th anniversary this year. They promote the image of Toronto the Good as a safe place to live and to play.
Marching into view, another elite group, the Boy Scouts and Girl Guides of Toronto, form the traditional Santa Claus Parade color party.
For over 100 years, Dawn, the Scouts and Guides have provided training, travel, and other programs for young people around the world.
And they tell me some very tasty cookies, although I'd be the last to know.
Hey, I'm always buying them for you, Dawn. Walking skirts have been a Santa Claus Parade favorite for over 50 years, and they're really starting to blossom. There are 6 of these beauties in the parade today, and the Floral Queen is a stunning example. Look at her. Gorgeous.
She is beautiful.
The Santa Claus Parade lifts off to a flying start with our first float of the day. It's Mother Goose on top of her golden gander, getting a bird's eye view of the cheering crowd, and she certainly has earned her spot first today. Children of all ages have grown up on her whimsical stories and nursery rhymes.
She's a parade tradition, and RBC Royal Bank is keeping that tradition alive. Thank you, RBC Royal Bank, for helping us roll out the red carpet. You've made Mother Goose the queen of the parade again this year.
She certainly is, and I think this has got to be one of my favorite floats. Watch out, here comes a convoy of clowns driving mini Model Ts, Dawn.
It'll be interesting to see how many clowns they can fit into one of those cars, especially since every one of them is going to need a seatbelt.
I think you've got your answer by looking at those cars. The village are out for a stroll today, and what a great day for a stroll. Hi, lady.
Hey, diddle diddle, it's the Cat and the Fiddle and all her nursery rhyme friends riding the Nursery Rhyme Land float. The only place you'll find Humpty Dumpty, the Crooked Man, and the King, Queen, and Knave of Hearts all playing together on this child's garden of verse.
These classic characters have been given a real Wal-Mart welcome to the Santa Claus Parade, of course. Wal-Mart, you've helped make the Nursery Rhyme Land float poetry in motion today. And nursery rhymes have been around for hundreds of years, Dawn, and have been teaching children how to read, showing them the joy of the language. Hi, kids.
You say the Nursery Rhyme Land float is poetry in motion, as opposed to Mother Goose. She was more like poultry in motion.
You had a good night's sleep, didn't you? And in keeping with the nursery rhyme theme, here are some Jack and Jill taking a walk up the hill, a great form of exercise.
Well, we can do without the broken crowns today. University band from Kingston, Ontario normally marches in every Queen's football game, but they've taken a break today from the gridiron to march in this year's parade.
The band was formed in 1905 with only 15 members and now boasts over 120 members yearly. It's a proud tradition that continues to grow, led today by drum major Dave Rankin.
Oh, this is one of my favorites, I believe, Scotland the Brave.
Santa's red suit 5th, and as we all know, that's a big job.
Of course, the outfits these maidens are wearing are tailor-made for the Santa Claus Parade. Although I kind of need the one-size-fits-all.
I didn't say it. Now look at the nice smile on her and the rosy red cheeks. Some pretty big shoes to fill. It's the Shoemaker and the Elves, based on the delightful fairy tale. The poor cobbler fell asleep at his workbench, and these helpful elves have worked all night to finish dozens of new shoes for him, Don.
That's the kind of support our friends at Shoppers Drug Mart provide all year round. Shoppers Drug Mart has made the Shoemaker and the Elves a perfect fit with this year's Santa Claus Parade. And, lest there be any doubt, we have a really big shoe on our hands today, Sue.
I like to see you walk a mile in those shoes. It's a fine time for rhyme time with the Rhyme Boys and Girls.
And here are 8 lovely milkmaids from down on the farm. Let me see how that goes. 8 maids a milking.
Yes.
7 swans a swimming.
Very good.
6 geese a flying. 5. Oh, I'm lost. I didn't have a chance.
Of course you would be. Our next band hails from close to home. The Baturyn Marching Concert Band, led today by conductor Ostap Bresden, is from Mississauga, Ontario.
Established in 1965 under the sponsorship of the Ukrainian Youth Association of Toronto, they perform every year in Toronto's St. Patrick's Day Parade and the Toronto Santa Claus Parade, as well as many others throughout North America.
There are 30 members of this band today and 5 in the color guard. Well, Don, this parade so far has already taken us through a tour of the nursery rhymes with Mother Goose, but there's still so much more to come.
Exactly. More crazy costume characters, more marching bands. It's all coming up on the 97th Annual Santa Claus Parade.
Don't go away. Welcome back and all aboard the Candyland Express, everyone. It is pulling into view now. It's a chewy gingerbread choo-choo made entirely of cookies and candies. And right about now, right on track, it's a hit with the crowd. Dawn, don't look too closely. I don't want to tempt you.
Nestle Canada Incorporated has given us a first-class ticket on the Candyland Express. Thank you, Nestle Canada, for satisfying our sweet tooth with this lip-smacking locomotive.
Hey, look at all that smoke coming out, Dawn. And those kids are so happy. I want to get on that float.
You see the smoke. I see the candy. That's what gives me a motive to go loco.
Well,
not that I have far to go. I didn't have to fill in that blank too much. This high school band hails from Fonthill, Ontario, the heart of Niagara. The E.L. Crossley Secondary School Marching Band is one of the few high school marching bands remaining in Ontario, and this is currently their 33rd season.
Under the direction today of David Gaines, the band wishes everyone a Merry Christmas and is pleased to be a part of the Santa Claus Parade once again. This band has also performed at Disney World, the Blossom Festival Parade in Niagara Falls, and the Grape and Wine Festival in St. Catharines.
Walking skirt is the Rainbow Queen. Her costume is so beautiful, and her accompaniment, the attendance.
I'm so glad you noticed.
It could be a mini float in itself.
And she is attended by a full spectrum of rainbow escorts. Good for her. Ship ahoy! Our next tales right out of the French-Canadian folk story. It's the Mermaid of Perce Rock, and she's proving to be quite the catch for that young fisherman today. He has to decide whether to throw her back or see his ship sink into the stormy sea, and I'm sure, Don, that wouldn't be a big decision for you.
Oh, I know which way he's leaning. Bell Mobility brings this whale of a tale to the Santa Claus Parade. Thanks, Bell Mobility. We've fallen for the Mermaid of the Perce Rock, hook, line, and sinker. You can just imagine how big her backyard pool would be.
Only you would think of that.
Actually, I understand she lives in the pool and has a house in her backyard.
Our next band is a special treat. The Seaforth and District High School all-girls marching band is the only all-girls marching band in Ontario. You go, girls.
Formed in 1952 and have played all over North America, and they'll be traveling even further afield in 2002 when they embark on a European tour.
Their uniforms are unique because they handmade them themselves. Dawn, here comes a flock of upsy-daisy ducks. Oh, that looks difficult.
Yeah, there's a certain trick to it.
The runaway is clear, and our next float is lifting off. It's Budgie the Helicopter and his friend Pippa the Plane soaring high above the parade. Budgie has a royal connections, you know. He was co-created by Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York. And Sarah is the author now of 4 Budgie books and 2 books for older children.
This remarkable flight of fancy is piloted today by Treehouse TV. Thanks, Treehouse TV, for helping our imaginations take wing with this cheerful chopper. With Budgie the Helicopter, the sky's the limit. But I understand Budgie and friends will not be flying today, Sue. They're having a bad air day.
Very good.
How you doing?
We can't say that today. It's just too gorgeous out here.
It is perfect weather. The crowd's responding. I notice the applause is much more audible today. Not so many mittens and gloves in the crowd.
Record attendance, I'm sure. And I think that's why we've got a lot more smiles out here. I actually saw one gentleman in shorts. So you can still golf. Hey, Merry Christmas. Boys and girls, start your engines. It's time to drop the flag on the Ladybug Racers.
The folks at TELUS have fueled up these little racers, and they're buzzing past with their pedals to the metal.
Oh, they're too cute, Don.
I'm so jealous. I always wanted to ride in one of those little cars.
Well, I think you're just a little too big for those cars now.
Heavy-duty shocks and springs, adjustment here and there. You never know. Maybe next year.
Maybe. We're marching to the beat of another drummer with the Lindsay Kinsman Band, led by music director David Morrison. Of course, they are based in Lindsay, Ontario, which is now part of the new city of Kawartha Lakes.
The band has been marching in tune with their community for over 47 years and have toured all over North America. They're stronger than ever now, proudly carrying on the Lindsay Kinsman tradition.
With 45 members, Don, between the ages of 11 and 19.
The Santa Claus Parade has traveled over land, sea, and air, but there's still so much more to discover.
And we'll be back with more of the 97th Annual Santa Claus Parade. Stay with us.
Got it.
And welcome back to the streets of Toronto in the 97th Annual Santa Claus Parade with a school of goldfish on the go.
Let's get into the swim of things right now with the swingin'est combo under the sea, Donnie. It's the underwater musicians and their band, the Sea Notes, stirring up some cool sounds.
Once again, CHFI FM 98 and the Underwater Musicians Float are making beautiful music together. And we'd like to thank CHFI for their continued support of the parade. You are truly Toronto's perfect music mix. Let me see. We have an eel on drums,
Yeah.
a serpent on the piano, the shark guitar, and the singing lobster out front.
And for our friends down under in Australia and New Zealand, this float really captures the spirit of the sea.
I don't know. Is that Crocodile Rock? I don't think so.
No, I don't know.
Our next high school band represents the largest cadet corps in Canada. They're the Ridley College Cadet Band from St. Catharines, Ontario, and they look pretty spiffy considering the band is nearly 90 years old. That's as a group. That's not as an individual.
I know. I get it, Don. And Ridley, as you know, was recently voted Best High School Marching Band in the Grape and Wine Festival Parade in St. Catharines. So our congratulations goes out to all 60 band members. Way to go.
Timber! The busy Beavers are coming into view, but you better put on your hard hats because this float is one big construction zone. These industrious little fellas are working right through the parade to put the finishing touches on Home Sweet Home.
Yes, the folks at Canadian Tire have been building support for the Santa Claus Parade for years now. Thanks, Canadian Tire. The busy Beavers float is really raising the roof. And Beavers' large front teeth grow continuously and are worn away by gnawing on trees. That's just a little something for you to know.
Mine, too. And there you can see on the other side, they actually have a satellite dish on the lodge.
Good for them.
So they can watch their favorite show.
The Santa Claus Parade.
Leave it to Beaver.
Why didn't I, guys? Better stay on the good side of these fragrant little fellas. They've been waving at us all day, so I guess we're on the good side, Dawn. Parade so much they claimed it's the reason the band exists. The North Toronto Collegiate Marching Band is made up of wind and percussion players from all grades who spend 2 months before the parade in intense practice.
You like that kind of dedication? It's a fun challenge for them all, especially since all the members must perform in the school's junior or symphonic band as well. So they are busy musicians.
There's 66 members and 6 in the color party. I believe these cowgirls and cowboys have just come in from riding the range.
Our next float is really riding tall in the saddle. It's the Wild Wild West. Yes, this rough and tumble cowboy has roped himself one bull-headed buffalo, and they're heading for a showdown.
It's a good thing that cowboy has all the horsepower of the Chevrolet Oldsmobile dealers of Ontario behind him, Dawn. Only Chevy Olds could capture all the fun of the Wild Wild West and bring it here today to the Santa Claus Parade.
Although, I don't know, this looks like pretty serious business. No fun being roped into dinner when you're the main course.
Hey, did you know that the buffalo is the largest land mammal, all pull it together, in North America?
Well, I guess that's why he's the main course. You'd have to be pretty clever to outfox these foxes.
Oh, I'm sure you could do it, Dawn. Okay, this fella's looking a little too serious. I think he's too warm in that suit. It is a suit, isn't it? It's not real.
Officially,
Oh, look at these happy little kids. Hi, guys. Merry Christmas. Well, these coyotes are answering the call of the wild.
Rise and shine, this Rhode Island Red and his crow pals got up pretty early to march in the parade.
You think they got up as early as us?
perhaps even earlier.
That's scary. Coming up is a band that's making its Santa Claus Parade debut. It's the Johnson City High School Wildcat Marching Band from Johnson City, New York. The Wildcat School has been named a Grammy Signature School by the National Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences, and we welcome them here this year.
The program recognizes the most successful and comprehensive high school music programs in the U.S. Only 100 schools out of 14,000 received this honor, and they're certainly showing us why they won it today.
They have performed for the New York Yankees, Buffalo Bills, and the Toronto Argonauts.
Crazier and wilder as we await the arrival of Santa Claus himself. The countdown continues when we return to the Santa Claus Parade.
Like to turn our attention now to some exceptional people who help out behind the scenes.
That's right. All morning, volunteer postal workers have been circulating through the crowds, lining the parade route, collecting letters for Santa from all the children.
These postmen and women have taken a solemn oath to deliver these letters directly to the North Pole. So if you want to send your letter to Santa, be sure to address it to Santa Claus, the North Pole, HOHOHO Canada, and be sure to include your return address.
Of course, that's such an easy postal code. Even I can remember.
I know that,
Tony. My letter here ready to go. We want a big pat on the back for Canada Post for all the additional work they do during the holiday season. And, of course, the volunteer postal workers with us today making a very special delivery on behalf of Santa Claus and all the elves.
What'd you ask for?
Oh, it's a secret. If I tell you, then I won't get it. Let's get back to the parade. Welcome back to the Santa Claus Parade, and bad guys beware. Our next float is on patrol. It's the Powerpuff Girls. Yes, Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup are kindergarten crime fighters protecting the city of Townsville from evil villains like Mojo Jojo, and all before bedtime.
These cute cartoon crusaders were created out of sugar, spice, and a can of Chemical X. And the people at Warner Brothers Entertainment have used all these ingredients to bring them here today. Thank you, Warner Brothers, for powering up the Powerpuff Girls floats.
And I heard they'll actually be making this into a major motion picture soon.
Really? Well, I think I'll go and see it. Very colorful from this point of view. Look at the crowds in behind. This must be major attendance today, and probably one of the warmest days in a long, long time.
I think the weather has a lot to do with it, but certainly the quality of the parade is certainly responsible for much of that too.
It's time to salute a band made up of Cadet Corps from the city of Toronto and the Durham region. The Dawn Flotilla Mass Cadet Band are marching in the Santa Claus Parade for their 5th straight year.
The band performs across Ontario, including Pickering, Ajax, Niagara Falls, and of course today, Toronto.
And the members are actually quite a diverse group, anywhere from 12 to 19 years of age. called Clown Alley. And that's a good name for this part of the parade. Nice hair.
Yeah, I guess they just go in and get it shined.
Whatever they do, it looks good.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, the circus is coming to town. See mischievous monkeys, juggling bears, and friendly tigers, not to mention Dandy's Clown Band. They've been performing in the Santa Claus Parade for over 25 years now. So, step right up. There's 3 rings of fun under the big top.
Hey, did anybody ever tell you you're pretty good at that? John, this circus float is supported by Golden Arches, of course, and every year McDonald's Restaurants of Canada wave their magic wand to help make the Santa Claus Parade appear, and they certainly do a good job at that. We're glad they're just a little bit of a McDonald's and every Christmas carnival. What a wonderful sight. And there's a celebrity clown. They do great work with this parade, that's for sure.
It's like the old days when circuses parade their animals through town to create publicity.
Is that where the phrase, hold your horses, came into play?
Well, that was to keep the crowds patient. Is it me, or is it hard to tell which is which?
They're looking pretty scary. Here are some high-flying blackbirds right in behind those witches. And a cute monkey to boot.
Checkerboard clowns are always game. Just wanted to get that off my chest.
Of course you did. Anything else you'd like to throw in?
Try and stop me.
Oh, the whistles and the screams and the cheers. What a great day.
I feel a shiver down my spine, and it can't be the cold today. No, it's the party in the haunted house, and there's no reason to be afraid of this ghoulish gala. This midnight masquerade is sure to keep us dancing well past the witching hour.
Well, once again, Dawn Pizza has cooked up some real haunted hijinks with this spooky surprise. Pizza really celebrates the spirit of the season with the spirited party in the haunted house float.
Ooh, ghosts and goblins. I can make a tree like that. Just give me a house plan. Wouldn't have a ghost of a chance.
You'd probably like to get on that float to see if you could find some chocolate bars. Halloween is long gone. Oh, no, you know. Didn't you have a wig like that and you're off? No, sorry, wrong guy. Oh, she's saying it's no big deal. I'm not that scared.
Those aren't real ghosts, are they? Oh, I hope not.
I think they are. I'm not scared of that ghost.
That's
too
all right.
cute.
That's right. Santa's a ghoul's best friend.
And you'll be performing soon in your one-man stand-up?
Bada boom. Jolly jack-o'-lanterns look like they just walked out of the pumpkin patch.
There's those witches again.
You know what the witch's favorite subject at school is?
What's that, John?
That'd be spelling. That'd be spelling, of course.
Aww.
All right.
She thinks they're pretty funny. Oh, no. She's not sure.
Sue's doing a good job. These doggone bow-wowzers are wowing the crowd today.
Hello.
Oh, these doggone bow-wowzers are wowing the crowd today. Caillou's favorite 4-year-old is making his first ever appearance in the Santa Claus Parade. It's the Caillou float. This plucky preschooler is loved by children across the globe. Caillou can't wait to grow up and spends every day exploring the world with wide-eyed wonderment.
Now, wherever children like Caillou explore, Irwin Toys is always there. Thank you, Irwin Toy. You sure have stirred our imaginations by bringing Caillou and his delightful float to the Santa Claus Parade. And I have to say, I bought the tape of Caillou for my best friend's 4-year-old little girl. She did it with me last weekend at her home. And what a great little tape it is. It's very educational for kids.
Well, I know how he feels driving with the top down. You can feel the wind through your hair. Well, almost. Good luck finding a parking space that big downtown, Caillou.
That car's way too big for you, Donald. Here comes the upside down boys and girls. Maybe they're trying to set a record for walking on their hands today. Good day to walk on your hands,
exactly.
Though. No snow, no rain.
Whatever gets you around. Our next band is stepping out in style. They're the Mustang Marching Band from the University of Western Ontario, and they've been marching in the Santa Claus Parade for 17 years.
That's right, Don. Under the baton of music director Aaron Leisha, the band supports University of Western Ontario Athletic and marches in parades and community events throughout the London area. It's a 35-member band founded back in 1938.
The purple pride of the Mustangs. Well, we've been celebrating the holiday season with a cast of crazy characters, and there's more to come.
And that's not even including us. And you're right, there's still so much more to come right here on the 97th Annual Santa Claus Parade. Stay with us. Get back to the 97th Annual Santa Claus Parade. We'd like to take a moment to wish happy holidays to our audience watching us today around the world.
That's right. To those of you joining us on TV3 in Ireland, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
TV Norge and Norway, happy holidays to you and your loved ones.
And all the best of the holiday season to those of you joining us on TV3 New Zealand.
Network 10 in Australia, happy holidays.
And, of course, families across Canada are joining us on the Operation Santa Network, an annual partnership between the Global Television Network and Operation Santa affiliates across the country that brings the parade into homes all across the country.
And once again, the Santa Claus Parade can be accessed on the World Wide Web. You can log on to Canada.com or the SantaClausParade.org. And that means you can watch your favorite bands, floats, and marchers over and over again right through New Year's Day. Now let's hurry back to the parade.
This float takes me back about 65 million years, in fact. It's the Maiasaur float, a life-size recreation of a dinosaur which made its home in Alberta and Montana. They named her Maiasaur, which means good mother lizard, because she would bring food back to the rest of They named her Maiasaur, which means good mother lizard, because she would bring food back to the nest to feed her children.
Just like Mama Maiasaur, Lipton really knows what kids like and what kids need. And right now, they're eating up Lipton's Dynamite Maiasaur float, and I would love some Lipton soup right about now. And actually, the Royal Ontario Museum in Toronto is home to one of the best Maiasaur skeletons, and we're right in front of the ROM right now. That's where our booth is.
It's amazing, though. You see how big you get when you eat your vegetables.
You didn't eat much as a child, did you? It's clear sailing for our next marching band, the Royal Canadian Sea Cadet Corps Quinty Ship Band. Was a drum and bugle band through the 40s and 50s and grew into a full military band by 1970.
The band is composed of 40 Sea Cadets, boys and girls, 12 to 19 years of age, from Belleville, Ontario, and the surrounding area.
And the band has been self-sufficient, Don, for more than 20 years now.
Some dogs going to the parade, which is much better than having the parade go to the dogs.
And maybe Somebody should call the fire department. It looks like their Dalmatians have taken themselves for a walk.
These orange fellows are always up for some monkey business. Fasten your seatbelts. It's time for thrills, chills, and spills with Scooby-Doo's roller coaster. But better hang on tight with Scooby and Shaggy on the scene. You know you're in for a wild ride.
Well, who else but Paramount Canada's Wonderland could have brought Scooby-Doo's roller coaster to this parade? Nobody loves wild rides like the folks at Paramount Canada's Wonderland, and we're sure glad that they do.
You see Scooby's expression.
I like Scooby.
Yeah, that's you.
He needs to shave. He needs to shave.
You see Shaggy? That's my expression on a roller coaster right there.
And I'm Scooby. Hi, guys.
Ask skunks for advice, Sue.
Why, Don?
Oh, because they're full of common sense.
Very good. Oh, and we're about to get sprayed. Get the tomato juice. Smells lovely. Oh, he's playing it cool.
The Attica Senior High School Band hails from Attica, New York, and is proud to represent the USA in the Santa Claus Parade for their 8th straight year. They'll be appearing at Ralph Wilson Stadium in Buffalo for 2 Bills games this year, and on December 31st, they'll be in Miami, Florida for the Orange Bowl Parade.
Very impressive. And conductor Don Rogers has taught at the school for the past 36 years.
180 members, 40 in the color guard. Let's listen.
It's the planetary princess and her orbiting escort.
Let's have a little moonwalk with these astronauts.
Pretty serious.
But if it's a moonwalk, shouldn't they be going backwards?
No, that's Michael Jackson and the moonwalk.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm there for you. Our next load is an intergalactic treat. We're touching down on the peanut butter planet, and judging by those nutty extraterrestrials, it would be a great place to go for lunch. But be careful, if you take a bite out of this planet, it might just stick to the roof of your mouth.
The folks at Kraft have discovered the crunchiest planet in the cosmos. We're thrilled to have Kraft's Peanut Butter Planet orbiting this year's parade. Nothing like peanut butter.
In the morning.
No, I was going to say, nothing like peanut butter with jelly right out of the crater.
Oh, are you one of those?
Ah, yes.
The mixture sort of guy. And November is actually Peanut Butter Lovers Month. So there we go.
You know, they once made a peanut butter sandwich 40 feet long with 150 pounds of peanut butter and 50 pounds of jelly. I had it for lunch one day.
I was just going to say, tell me it wasn't yours. Look at those peanuts. Hey, he's a cute guy. And as soon as this parade is over, Don, you know these bears will be taking a long winter nap, so we've got to take a good look at them now.
How I envy them.
Right about now. Rangers, Corps of Drums from Toronto, Canada, and they have been a rich history with the monarchy.
They were originally formed in 1756 and carried the distinction of First Americans granted by King George V back in 1927. And in September of 1999, His Royal Highness Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, was sworn in as their Colonel-in-Chief in a ceremony at Fort York Armory right down the road here in Toronto.
Well, we've traveled from Stone Age to Space Age, and we still have so much more to come, so don't you go away. Much more is coming right up.
The 97th Annual Santa Claus Parade from the streets of Toronto.
Merry Christmas. And let's get in some ice time now with the skating teddy bears. These steady teddies have sharpened their blades and hit the ice for a day of frozen fun.
Ah, that's the life. A pair of skates and ice as smooth as glass. Although we do recommend you wear something more than a hat and scarf. But these bare necessities of winter are brought to us by Sears Canada. With Sears on their team, the Skating Teddy Bears float is a real winner.
And this is really important because Sears Holiday Mascot is touring Canada, visiting children in the hospital between now and Christmas. And Sears is donating a good portion of the proceeds from every mascot sold to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Canada. That's really wonderful. Whiskers is the mascot, I believe.
These junior jailbirds have hot-wired some mini Model Ts for a joyride, but they got permission.
Not again. I was just going to say, Don, don't worry. They won't get far with these Keystone Cops on their trail, and they're hot on their trail. Oh!
The Rotary Clubs of Ontario kindly donated these Model T cars. They're beauties.
Now, do you want to get one of these, too?
Yes.
Of course you do.
You know, in the old days...
Yes. How old?
You could get a Model T in any color as long as it was black.
I don't remember those
True
days.
fact, yeah.
Thank you for that.
You were much, much too young to remember those days.
Oh, thanks for that compliment.
Toronto is world famous for its multiculturalism, and our next band is living proof of that heritage. They're the Bando do Senhor Santo Cristo de Toronto, and they're the first Portuguese marching band in Canada since 1966.
They were created to help promote Portuguese culture throughout Canada and the United States, and they're conducted by John Suarez. This is the 7th year in the parade. Looks beautiful in her skirt of freshly fallen snow. I don't know where she got that. And she's surrounded by a flurry of snowflake princesses. And she's having a really nice time.
Here's a few of our fine frosty friends.
I hope they don't melt.
Warm, sunny skies today, but our next float really sings out, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
It sure does, Dawn. It's the Snowflake Kingdom carrying the Snow Queen and her snow bell. They're sparkling like diamonds, and their outfits of frozen lace. And you know, Dawn, diamonds are a girl's best friend.
Well, you would know about that.
Of course I would.
The majestic Snowflake Kingdom graces this year's parade in royal fashion thanks to the stylish people at the Bay. When it comes to beauty and fashion, it's hard not to think of the Bay.
And this float is a winter wonderland. In fact, all the floats today have been magical works of art. And none other than magic could have happened without the efforts of Parade General Manager and Creative Director Alfie Anarelli and his staff. These guys, his crew, work so hard year after year. They put all their love into these floats, and it sure shows today.
No question about that. It's really paying off in smiles along the way today. Look at all these merry maidens all dressed up for the snowball.
No one is the snowball this year?
I'm still waiting for my invitation.
Proudly marching into view now, wearing glorious Christmas colors, are Kelly's Heroes from Caledonia, New York. They're led by Tim Kelly and are celebrating their 10th anniversary this year.
And to commemorate the occasion, the band has released their second CD of marching favorites and are thrilled to be part of this wonderful holiday tradition with their Canadian neighbors.
30 members, 7 in the color party.
And for the last 2 years, Kelly's Heroes have taken first or second at every event in which they've marched.
That is. It's polar fun. Mama Polar Bear is giving her son a fishing lesson. And with a little help from his fine flipper friend, Junior's reeling in the catch of the day.
The friendly folks at Coca-Cola Canada have given this frosty fishing trip its seal of approval. Get it? Seal
I got it. You didn't have to say it again.
Thank you, Coca-Cola. You've made Polar Fun one refreshing float.
And it'd be nice to have a Coca-Cola right about now, don't you think? Light,
yes,
lime.
we could use it today, but at the North Pole, you know, temperatures can drop as low as minus 50 degrees.
And did you know that polar bears live between 15 to 18 years?
So Junior has a lot of fishing ahead. You know what polar bears wear when they're cold?
No, John, could you tell me?
Ice caps and snowshoes, pretty much.
Thank you for that. Now, you're a true fisherman. You are. You like to fish.
Well, I fish for compliments.
Oh, yes, every day.
Don't get many.
Well, I'm going to give this little guy, look at those blue eyes. Well, these Arctic kids know all about staying cool. You could get a few lessons. The crowd today is enthusiastic, but that doesn't faze our next band. They're the Philippine Heritage Band from Toronto, conducted by Dennis Mastromonaco. This band was welcomed so heartily by veterans during a 4th of July parade in Massachusetts, Don. They nearly had to leave the parade, right?
I heard about that. World War II veterans recalled how Filipinos have helped them survive while they were stationed in the Philippines. And seeing the band playing military music was so moving that the crowd nearly overwhelmed the band with their gratitude.
And there are 80 to 100 members here today.
And they're working on a CD for release next year.
Good for them.
Band very much a family affair. Some entire families are marching today.
Hey, you better not pout and you better not cry like you normally do, because Santa is on his way.
I'll be on my best behavior. We're back with the moment everyone's been waiting for. Santa will be arriving soon at the Santa Claus Parade. To a land where boys and girls can play all day. Welcome to Toyland, a magical world of toys, toys, and more toys. What child wouldn't want to travel to this delightful destination?
Well, that's why Zellers brings Toyland right here to the Santa Claus Parade. When it comes to knowing what kids want, Zellers has got everything right under the tree. Way to go, Zellers. The Toyland float is truly a child's dream come true. I think mine too.
Is that a robot? Oh, I always wanted my own robot. Then that would be, making a blockhead working for, well, you get it. There.
Yeah, I won't finish it. Well, did you ask Santa for that?
No, I forgot.
Because he usually comes through.
Maybe I'll ask him. He'll be here soon.
There's a close-up just for you. Here's a brave battalion of toy soldiers, and they're looking pretty spiffy in their red and gold sparkling outfits. Now this little guy, his cheeks, look at that. Kind of messy. I think maybe a little kiss or two.
Nothing like a man in uniform. Celebrating their 5th year in the Santa Claus Parade is the Halliburton Highland Silver Flutes and Dairy Flute Band from Eagle Lake, Ontario.
Now, this band has been extra busy this week, and yesterday they performed in Newmarket in the morning and Keswick in the evening, and they're still going strong with 65 members and 4 members in the color party. The holiday season is captured in the magic of Christmas float. It's gorgeous. All of the ornaments, gifts, and toys have gathered under the tree to listen to a beautiful bell choir, the Rito Ringers.
For over 100 years, Eaton's has been helping families ring in the holidays with the spirit of giving. Thank you, Eaton's, for the magic of Christmas float, a gift that we'll cherish in our memories for years to come. It is a beauty. Now,
the Rito Ringers, Dawn, are from Portland, which is halfway between Kingston and Ottawa on Big Rito Lake.
That rings a bell.
Okay, that was good, okay?
I'm over the line, I know.
You totally are, brother. I'm enjoying it.
Used up my quota.
Look at the shot from above. It is so colorful. Very fitting today.
We're about to get an inside look at Santa's little helpers in action. It's Santa's workshop, and this float is a beehive of activity. These busy elves are working non-stop to build all the toys on the children's wish lists.
That's a pretty big order, Dawn. It's a good thing that Santa has Toys R Us to help him fill it. They know almost as much about toys as St. Nick himself. Thank you, Toys R Us, for helping the Santa Claus Parade with the Santa's Workshop float and your Christmas present. And I was saying this earlier, Dawn, this has got to be my favorite because the toys from this float will all be donated back to Ronald McDonald's house and to Sick Kids Hospital for the kids that have to be in the hospital during the holiday season. And it's quite something. I read to the kids at Ronald McDonald's house year after year, and they just love getting these little toys. So good for them.
So for all the kids who can't make it down to the parade, a little piece of the parade will be going to them. Did you ever get those gifts where it said, do not open until December 25th?
Yeah, but I didn't pay attention.
I purposely didn't learn to read until I was 12. It's time for another proud Canadian band. The Burlington Teen Tour Band was formed in 1947 and has built a reputation for excellence around the world.
Now, led by drum majors Peter Clark and Francis Smith, the band strives to be Canada's musical ambassadors at over 100 engagements a year, and they have approximately 120 members. This is outstanding today.
They'll also be representing Burlington in competition at the Calgary Stampede next July under the banner of the Pride of Burlington.
Christmas are called Christmas stars, and they certainly are beautiful waving today. But the real star, Dawn, is going to be arriving now, I'm told, at any second.
Already? Oh, here comes Santa's reindeer. Oh, you know what that means.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas because here he comes right down Santa Claus Lane in the crowd, and Dawn and I are going wild.
Well, it's easy to see why Santa's the most popular man in the parade. What an entrance today.
Oh, he looks so wonderful. Do you think he'll hear us this year if we talk to him?
Well, you speak up nice and loudly.
I'm waiting, John, I'm waiting.
I'm sure he'll stop and have a word with us.
Hi, Santa!
Hi, Susan! Hi, Don!
Hi, Santa.
You look wonderful! Merry Christmas!
Nice to see you again, sir.
Good weather!
Great weather! And I haven't been naughty.
Always good.
Always good.
Don't believe you everything you hear in the media, Santa.
I don't know about him.
Yeah, I don't either.
Good to see you!
Have a good day, Santa.
Hello there! Hello! Oh, Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! Hello! Hello! Merry Christmas! Hello!
Well, Santa has brought a smile and some cheer to everyone here at the parade. Just looking at him has to fill you with a holiday spirit, Sue.
It certainly does, John. With Santa's arrival, the Christmas season has truly begun, even as the 97th Annual Santa Claus Parade starts to wind down.
But don't go away. We'll be right back to share our personal highlights of this wonderful day with all of you.